All right, today we're diving into a story where the lines between the football field and the courtroom are getting seriously blurred. We've got a superstar athlete facing some incredibly serious allegations, and we're going to break down everything we know so far. So, at the center of all this is Stefon Diggs. Now, if you follow football, you know the name. A top-tier receiver for the New England Patriots, known for making these jaw-dropping plays. But the headlines he's making right now, they have absolutely nothing to do with what he does on the field. That's because off the field, Diggs is now caught up in a legal fight, facing criminal charges that could honestly change the entire course of his career. So let's get right into the specifics, looking directly at what the court documents and public statements are telling us.
Okay, so first up, a star player accused. Let's just cut straight to it. What are the actual allegations here? The ones that have put a star player's career in serious jeopardy?
The court documents are pretty stark. We're talking about one felony count of strangulation or suffocation, plus a misdemeanor for assault and battery. And just to be clear, a felony, that's the most serious type of crime. It can carry significant prison time. So yeah, this is a very, very big deal. And this whole thing, it all comes back to what allegedly went down on one single day, December 2nd. That date is the absolute center of this entire case. So how did all of this even come out? Well, to understand that, we've got to look at the official police report. It's where we get the accuser's side of the story, with all the details she provided. Now, the timeline laid out by the police is really important. The alleged incident itself happens on December 2nd. But then a full week goes by before the accuser returns to the home to get her things. And it takes another week, so 2 weeks total after the alleged assault, before she goes to the police on December 16th and files a formal report. So in that report, the woman, who says she was working as Diggs's private chef, gives her account. She says it started with an argument over money in her bedroom. She claims it got heated and alleges Diggs smacked her across the face. She says when she tried to push him away, he put her in a chokehold from behind, using his elbow, and then threw her onto her bed. And this detail right here, from the police report, it is absolutely critical. The officer quotes her, saying she had trouble breathing and felt like she could have blacked out. You see, legally, that specific claim, obstructing someone's breathing, is what takes this from a serious accusation to a felony charge. It changes everything. But there's another layer here. The accuser also told police that when she tried to get paid, she was given a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, and was told she had to sign it before she'd get her money. She refused. This just adds a whole other element of financial and, legal pressure to the whole story. Okay, so that's one side. Now let's flip it and look at the other side of this story, because Stefon Diggs and his legal team have responded, and their denial could not be more clear. I mean, just look at this statement from his lawyer. This isn't just a simple denial, it's a complete and total rejection of her entire story. He says flat out that the incident did not occur, and calls the allegations completely baseless. So really, what we have are two completely different realities being presented. On one side, you have an allegation of a violent physical assault, and on the other, you have the claim that this is all just a tactic being used in a financial dispute between an employer and an employee. And then, to make things even more complicated, there were reports that another lawyer on Diggs' team had offered the accuser money to try and resolve the whole thing quickly. The lawyer apparently said they were trying to come to an agreement. It's definitely another wrinkle. So, with a star player facing a felony charge, you have to wonder, how are the New England Patriots and the NFL itself handling all this? Well, the official responses have been, as you might expect, very careful. The Patriots say they're aware, they back their player's denial, and they support Stefon. The NFL is even more tight-lipped, just saying they're aware of the matter. This is pretty much crisis management 101. Say as little as possible and let the legal process do its thing. So, where does this all go from here? Let's break down the next immediate steps in this whole situation. What's next is basically happening on two parallel tracks. First, you have the legal system. Diggs is scheduled for an arraignment to formally face the charges, though that date could change. But at the exact same time, you have the NFL's internal process. The league is going to run its own investigation, and their decisions are completely independent of whatever happens in court. And you really can't ignore the timing here. It's incredibly high stakes. The arraignment is currently set for January 23rd. The AFC Championship Game, one of the biggest games of the year, is scheduled for just 2 days later. It's this potential collision between his legal troubles and the absolute peak of his professional season. The pressure must be just immense for everyone involved. So this is where we're at. A total denial on one side and a really detailed, disturbing police report on the other. With two separate investigations now underway, one by the courts, one by the league, the career of one of the NFL's brightest stars is just hanging in the balance. The question isn't just about whether he'll play in the championship game, but what his future even looks like once the truth of what happened on December 2nd finally comes out.